When the Cassini spacecraft descended into Saturn's atmosphere in 2017, the world watched in awe. It was hailed as a poetic and dignified end to a historic mission. Scientists believed they had seen it all: Saturn's mesmerizing rings, the swirling hexagonal storm at its north pole, the icy geysers of Enceladus shooting water vapor into space, and the strange methane lakes of Titan. Cassini had given us over 20 years of breathtaking data, and with its final dive, the mission was declared complete. A triumph archived. The final chapter written. Or so we thought. Because Cassini didn't just vanish. In its final moments, it sent back something no one understood at the time. A series of images, like many before, was received and quietly stored in digital archives, untouched for years. But hidden within that final burst of data was something extraordinary, something no one expected. It lay dormant, waiting, not to avoid discovery, but to delay it. Until the right tool. The right mind. The right moment. That moment came in 2025. A private quantum computing lab, experimenting with enhanced cosmic image reconstruction, ran Cassini's last frames through a next-generation quantum neural network. The AI wasn't designed for alien detection. It was created to clean up noisy astronomical images, to reveal faint stars, exoplanets, and hidden galaxies. But Cassini's images were different. They weren't just noisy, they were encoded. The AI began identifying faint but repeating patterns hidden deep within the visual noise. At first, they were brushed off as processing artifacts. But then it found more. These weren't glitches or compression errors. They were structured. Purposeful. Repeating spirals based on Fibonacci sequences. Pixel clusters matching prime number distributions. Geometric ratios like the golden ratio, embedded directly into Saturn's cloud formations. Across multiple angles, timestamps, and locations, the same mathematical symmetries appeared. What this AI had uncovered wasn't art or coincidence. It was a signal. A message. Not written in sound, light, or language, but in the universal language of numbers. A language any intelligent species should recognize. And it was answering us. What Cassini captured in its final seconds was not just Saturn. It was something watching from within Saturn's vast system. Something intelligent. Something ancient. Something that waited until humanity was advanced enough, not just to look, but to truly see. This wasn't science fiction. It was code. Verified, repeatable, and now publicly examined. As researchers dug deeper, the revelations became even more profound. Cassini was programmed to transmit 12 rapid images in its last data burst before losing contact forever. 11 of those images were received, decoded, and studied. But the 12th? It's missing. Not in the sense of being lost. The binary packet exists. It was transmitted, confirmed, and stored. But no software, no AI, no decoding technique, has been able to read it. The file is intact but incomprehensible, as if locked by a key no human has yet discovered. That final image, now known in hushed circles as the eye, has become the focus of intense speculation. Experts say it may contain the clearest message of all, possibly even a symbol or representation that leaves no room for doubt. But it's sealed. Not by damage. Not by error. But by design. Why? Some believe the eye is a kind of final gatekeeper. That the message isn't meant to be read until we've reached a certain threshold, technological, intellectual, or maybe even philosophical. And what could have set that threshold? Here's where things become even stranger. Researchers began cross-referencing the coordinates from the pattern-emitting regions of Saturn with Cassini's other data: magnetic anomalies, radiation belts, gravitational fluctuations. And then, they looked outward, to Saturn's moons. Enceladus. Titan. Dione. Moons Cassini had mapped extensively. In those moons, a new layer of the mystery revealed itself. The same ratios, the same patterns, existed in the topography of these moons. Crater alignments. subsurface ocean anomalies, even the arrangement of methane lakes. But more than that, they matched ancient Earth structures. Spiral petroglyphs from Neolithic sites. The ratios in pyramids. Forgotten megalithic constructions that also aligned with celestial bodies. The numbers were the same. It was as if something was using Saturn's system to mirror a language already etched into our planet's deepest history. Coincidence? Some scientists thought so. But others started calling it what it now appears to be. The Saturn Code. A system of cosmic geometry. A mathematical structure that spans from Saturn's clouds to Earth's ruins. A connection that defies our understanding of time and culture. Who encoded it? Why Saturn? Why us? As the scientific community scrambled for answers, a new layer of resistance emerged. Whistleblowers within major space organizations began to leak internal communications. Emails. Audio logs. Lab security footage. The leaks revealed that some of the earliest AI image outputs were immediately classified. Certain frames displayed recognizable shapes. In one, a perfect equilateral triangle shimmered faintly over Saturn's southern hemisphere. In another, a pulsating light pattern mimicked Morse code, dot-dash sequences that spelled out nothing, or perhaps something, depending on who you ask. Scientists working on the project were silenced. Some reassigned. Others forced into strict NDAs. A few vanished from public records altogether. It was no longer just a scientific mystery. It had become a matter of control, of who decides when humanity is ready. Today, a growing schism divides the scientific world. On one side are the skeptics, those who argue the patterns are mathematical pareidolia, our minds seeing order in chaos. They believe the quantum AI merely enhanced natural phenomena and the rest is human imagination. On the other side stand the mathematicians, coders, and cryptographers. They argue no natural process could create such precise, evolving ratios, identical across time, space, and orientation. The signal, they claim, doesn't just repeat, it adapts. It shifts. It reacts. It learns. And the eye? Some now believe it's more than an image. It may be interactive, a time capsule locked by an event trigger. Perhaps a specific frequency. A solar flare. A celestial alignment. Or maybe a moment in human history when we finally unlock something within ourselves. Until then, the world waits. But quietly, the race is on. In private labs, code repositories, and underground digital forums, independent researchers are obsessed with cracking Cassini's final transmission. Some claim they've glimpsed structures, columns, arches, even domes. Others argue that the eye's checksum doesn't match conventional encryption errors, it matches intentional obfuscation. And one rogue researcher suggested something haunting. The key isn't a file. It's an awakening. We'll unlock it the moment we're ready to understand what it means. Cassini wasn't built to find life. It wasn't armed. It wasn't built to defend, or dominate, or claim territory. It was an explorer. A quiet observer sent with no weapons, only eyes and questions. We believed we were the only ones watching. But we were wrong. The final images. The encrypted geometries. The silence wrapped in numbers. They weren't accidents. They weren't malfunctions. They were breadcrumbs, signs left behind by something far older than we can imagine. Something that understands mathematics the way we understand language. Something that sees time differently. Something patient. And now, years after its disintegration, Cassini's final breath is only just being understood, not by humans alone, but by the very machines we built to go further than we ever could. The silence of space has been broken. And that 12th frame? It isn't just an image. It's a door. If you've made it this far, you're not just a viewer. You're part of the awakening. Share this video before the 12th image is cracked. Subscribe, because this is only the beginning. And comment below. What do you think Cassini was truly meant to show us? Who, or what, left the message hidden in the clouds of Saturn? Because now we know, we were never alone.